Hello and welcome to Florida Focus. I'm Ansley Topchick. 4 members of the Tampa Bay Students for a Democratic Society face charges and are temporarily suspended from all USF campuses after a peaceful protest escalated on Monday. Anna Austria has the latest.
Shame! 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 Shame!
Those students were protesting House Bill 999 that plans to cut out critical race studies, African American studies, and gender studies programs from public schools and universities in Florida. The Tampa Bay Students for a Democratic Society planned the protest. USF students and community members marched from the Patel Center to the Patel Center, demanding to speak with President Ria Law or her administration to discuss ending cuts to these programs. Videos quickly surfaced on social media of the interactions between protesters and the USF PD. The activists say they felt the force used by the police was unnecessary and out of line. USF senior Lauren Pineiro says she wasn't arrested, but police used excessive force against her and her friends.
I don't think they needed to slam us to the ground. They didn't need to punch their fists into my head. They didn't need to kick my friend Jeannie's head in. We were complying. We were leaving. We had our hands behind our backs. And honestly, we weren't violent. What were we going to do to them, right? We were all pretty small, women and trans people and non-binary people.
According to the USFPD Public Information Officer Michael Lavelle, the group refused to leave after disrupting normal university activities. He says the members initiated a physical altercation and became aggressive. Lavelle says one officer suffered minor injuries and others were pushed and hit with what they believed was a camera and a water bottle. As a result, Gia Davila, Chrisley Carpillo, Laura Rodriguez, and Sean Williams were arrested and taken into custody. Charges range from disrupting educational institutions to resisting arrest and assault or battery on law enforcement.
We were pushing for diversity, and this is the way that the university reacted. They didn't try to speak with us. They didn't try to de-escalate. They immediately turned to violence, and they tried to suppress our voices, and they're continuing to try to suppress our voices by not letting us return to campus. I mean, I can return to campus, but the other protesters can't.
Davila tells Florida Focus that she is temporarily suspended from all USF campuses and not allowed to participate in any activities, including classes. The Students for a Democratic Society are asking the university for support.
And I will just say that we are not going to stay silent. We're not going to let this suppress us. This is an issue that we are very passionate about. It's an issue that affects the state of Florida and the entire country. And we are going to continue to demand that the charges are dropped, that the suspensions are lifted. We want Chris Daniels, the police chief, fired or resigned. We want Ria Law to release a statement or resign. And we want the school to come out in support and stand in solidarity with us.
We reached out to the university for a comment on this story and were told they can't comment due to FERPA laws. In Tampa, reporting for Florida Focus, I'm Anna Austria.
Florida Senator Aaron Grahl filed a new abortion bill that will affect women across the state. The bill was announced yesterday by Ron DeSantis at the State of the State address. It would change Florida law to ban abortions after 6 weeks. USF student Mariana Huff says this will hurt women's decision-making on abortion.
Some people take a long time to make a decision like that because it's either a religious issue or a personal issue or a morality issue. So I think the 15 weeks should definitely be the standard.
Florida law currently says women can have an abortion up to 15 weeks after conception, with some exceptions. The Polk County Sheriff's Office has confirmed that 4 are deceased after Tuesday's plane crash in Winter Haven. The victims have been identified as Zachary Mace, Faith Baker, Randall Crawford, and Louis DeFazio. The 2 planes collided and fell into Lake Hartridge Tuesday afternoon. One of the planes has sunk 20 feet underwater. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
We are right now in the middle of a search and rescue. You can see it happening now. There's a lot going on. We have a whole lot of folks here working.
Tampa residents hit the polls on Tuesday to cast their votes in the 2023 municipal election. Voting was open for 12 hours and Mayor Jane Castor was re-elected for a second 4-year term. Castor expressed her gratitude on social media while she celebrated her win. 6 Tampa City Council districts and proposed amendments to Tampa's charter sections were also voted on. Some big changes are coming to the University of South Florida. The school's Board of Trustees has accepted a proposal Tuesday to spend $22 million on a new home for Bulls football. The money comes from various donations made to the project. USF football player Pierce Stanton believes the stadium will strengthen the entire community.
I think that the stadium is going to affect, honestly, our school as a whole. It's going to bring our fan base together, our community together. Students who weren't able to travel all the way to Raymond James for our games now are able to come on campus, maybe even walk from where they're living. So I think that's just going to grow us together closer as a community.
The university is finalizing a contract with design teams Populous and Barton Malo. The stadium will be built on the east side of the Tampa campus. USF now enters a 10-month design phase and is expected to finish the stadium by 2026. That's all for this edition of Florida Focus. Have a great night.